Hi, Julie. You're muted.
Hi, Paul.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
And I think we have Dave Aldrich masquerading as Trish. Caught ya.
Lots of familiar faces. Well, no faces, but familiar names. Deborah Warren has her hand up.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm even going to Tony Barletta's email where he set this up.
Yeah, I did. I opened, the meeting is already, everybody's here. Well, you gotta,
It is?
yeah,
Well, where did you find the link?
on Zoom. with my identity, A Barletta, which is what we've done every meeting.
No, I mean, what Tony sent to me on his email to me is not what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm clicking on it and I'm getting nothing.
Oh, well, how about if you go to the, excuse me, town calendar and see if that, this is a little more tedious. You have to copy the ID and the
Hey,
password.
Paul, this is Ellen Goldberg. I will
Yes, Ellen.
email her the link right now directly from here.
Okay. Ellen's
I'm going to send her the
email
link
you.
right now to her Spencer email account.
Okay, so there'll be a link there. All you have to do is click it.
So yes, I was actually clicking on the town website as well, Paul.
Okay, whatever. So anyway, Ellen's sending it to you.
Okay, I'll wait for that. Thank you very much.
Thank Ellen.
I will.
Ellen, I presume you sent that. But I don't see Lynn popping up yet.
No, I don't see her yet either. This is Ellen Goldberg.
Yeah.
And I guess we should just thank everybody for their patience while we wait for our
Fearless leader
chairwoman
to join us.
to join us and to begin the meeting.
Let's see. Why don't you send it again and copy me? And I'll just make sure that it's actually getting out there. A silly thing, but that's
You
all.
want me to send you both the link?
Yeah, send it again to her and copy me. And I'll tell you if I
Okay.
get it.
And I'll put it on both of her email accounts.
Right.
All right, let's copy the link.
Yeah, I got it. Link, link, link.
Mm-hmm.
Now. Okay, so it's just join our Cloud HD video meeting.
Right.
All right. I don't know what the problem is.
Me text her as well.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, the other one works too. All right. So I don't know what to do. You got a response from Lynn?
Hi, this is Ellen again. I just got off the phone with Lynn. She is going to be calling in. There's a problem with her trying to log on to the actual link. So she will be calling in momentarily.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna send her the ID and the password for the phone.
Yeah, I think she's got it, but go ahead in case there's more issues. And I want to thank everybody for their patience. This was more technical issues than we really hoped for after last week. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. It's Lynn Spencer calling in because I cannot get the Zoom account either from the town or the link that was sent to me to open up.
Bummer.
Bummer.
Thanks for persevering. I know how frustrating that
Well,
can be.
yeah, it is very frustrating. I will continue to try to open it up, but in the meantime, let's move this on with the phone. So, hello, everyone. I'm Lynn Spencer. I am chairman of Community Preservation, and tonight we are holding a public meeting to explore just what community preservation means to the town of Nahant, to invite potential applicants to come forward with ideas and questions, and to just generally actually offer the opportunity for dialogue. So I'm going to ask community preservation members who are on this call to please call out and with their names and what they're representing. So I'll start with you, Paul, because I know you're on the call.
Sure. Paul Spurn, and I'm an at-large member.
Ellen?
And I'm Ellen Goldberg. I am also at large.
Who else from community preservation is on the call? Anyone?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay. All right. Well, because I am sort of speaking in the dark, I'll start by talking a little bit about community preservation and what it means, and then we'll sort of get the dialogue running for potential applicants. The town of Nahant accepted community preservation in 2005 with a 3% surcharge on real estate tax, which is matched by the state. The average matched by the state is around 70%. Nahant generates between its real estate surcharge and the state match approximately $370,000 a year in revenues, which then can be allocated in 3 different categories subject to town meeting vote. Number 1 is open space and recreation. Second is affordable housing, and third is historic preservation. In the years since we've accepted community preservation, over $6 million has been spent on a broad variety of projects, ranging from the acquisition of land for open space at the corner of Wharf Street and Furbish Road, to the tennis courts and basketball courts that were recently redone at Flash Road. Historic preservation is represented by projects like the Nahant Life Saving Station, as well as the Dory Club, and some work at the Village Church. And then affordable housing has been well represented with the Housing Authority on recent projects such as the re-siding at Greystone Road, as well as window and siding repairs at the other properties owned by the housing, under the jurisdiction of the Housing Authority. So that would just give you a sort of overview of community preservation. This year we do have 2 continuing obligations due to bonds for work at the Nahant Public Library, a very treasured historic building. So that will be taking up some amount of our available funds. But otherwise, we have a pretty substantial reserve in the general category, as well as some amount of reserve in the housing category. We're pretty much spent out in terms of historic preservation and open space. So with that, I will stop nattering on. And because Paul and Ellen, you are on the screen and can see people and speak more about this, I'm going to actually ask Ellen to talk about the application itself, along with its deadline of January 27th, and some new format and modifications that she, along with Nancy Cantelmo from our committee, has made to that application.
Yeah. So I'm happy to do that.
Ellen,
then.
you're
Thank
on.
you. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So hi everybody, for like the 3rd time, I'm Ellen Goldberg of the CPC committee. This year we are moving our grant application entirely online. So in the past we have had, we've migrated. So in the past we've had a PDF that you would take and you would fill out and type up and then maybe add some Word documents to it and print everything out and submit it in paper. Then we had a fillable PDF where you could fill it out on your computer and then email it to somebody over at Town Hall, and she would compile them for us. Then last year we had both formats, where we had an online form as well as a PDF form that you could fill out online. And then, and also if you needed to, you could have the hard copy. This year we're making the entire transition to entirely online. So we're migrating the form into just an online submission form. It's all the same information that it's been in the past. So for those of you who are familiar with the form, it will look the same, just in an online format, and it will have all the same fields, and we will have one PDF that is going to be called Grant Guidelines, so that if you have questions or you need to understand any of the concepts, or you need glossary information, there will be an additional PDF with supporting information that you'll be able to download right from the Nahant page. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the link into the chat, because it's not updated yet, but this is where it's going to go. So I've just put this into chat. You should all see that link now. If I were you and you are interested in submitting an application, take a look at that. There's the old form that's still online right now, so you can get an idea of what we're looking for in the grants. And there is last year's form up there as well, the online form. So that's going to be updated. We've put in a request to the website team to make some changes for us. There are some minor tweaks, but nothing substantial that has changed drastically from the forms that you see up there now. So this will give you a good idea of the information that we need in order to consider grants. Happy to answer any questions about this if you have them, or invite any additional comments from Lynn or Paul.
Ellen, I entered CPC application in the search box. And I got what looks like, it's called the fiscal year 23 a grant application package, but it looks to me like the old
They might be
format.
They might be working on it now. They might
Right.
be, they are making progress. When I submitted my requests to them, they came back with a few questions, but primarily everything was in good shape. So we have some questions about, we'd like people, when they submit them, this was, I think, one of your recommendations, is that people can come and save their application that's in process before submitting it. So there's some technical tweaks that we're trying to make, but they might have made some changes already.
Okay, can I make a
And
suggestion?
until they,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
And that
go ahead.
is that, and I don't know if they have access to the search function, but assuming that the links are not obvious, what
Yeah,
my default is always to look for a search box. And
okay,
let's make sure that this year's electronic application is located when you type in CPC application or CPC grant application.
okay.
That would be-
CPC grant or
Yes,
CPC application. The other thing that I think I'll do is I'll ask them to put it on the homepage of nahant.org, so they can show the CPC application is due January 27th and click here for the form.
Okay, perfect.
I know I usually go to the homepage myself when I'm looking for something, and
Yeah.
it's frustrating when it's not
Yes.
readily available. Get aggravated. But any other people with any comments or questions or requests that would help this process, I'm all ears.
Okay. I guess we're hearing nothing at this point.
We're hearing nothing, and I don't see any hands up. So thanks everybody.
Ellen, this is Julie Tarmy.
Yes.
I don't see the
Hi,
link in
Julie.
the chat.
Okay.
It
Let's
didn't come
see.
through on mine.
All right, let me try it again.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? It's because I don't have access. Paul, you'll have to do that. You're logged in as Town Hall. Can you copy that link for everybody?
Oh, okay.
Thank
I
you.
copied it, and it only sent it to Town Hall because I'm just
Oh.
a user, but Paul
Oh.
is the Town Hall tonight.
This may be
Just
beyond
copy
my
that.
capacity here, but let's see. All right, so where am I looking?
You're gonna go to chat,
There's a chat. Okay,
open the chat, and from
Yep.
there you'll see a link from me. Copy that link and send it to everybody.
all right.
Please.
To everyone, I do have that option. Okay.
Yes, you do, because you're the host, and there's some restrictions on user
So, copy,
user activity.
type message here.
Thank you.
This is Trish Aldrich. I have a question. So with the online grant application, is it just sort of a fill in the form type format, or will we be able to attach attachments?
Both. So it is a form that you fill out, and we've left ample room for you to add additional files as needed.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Because as you know, just looking at the form, it's like sometimes we're not asking the question that you want to
Yeah.
answer.
Right.
And we want to make sure that you have as much capacity to give us as much information as we need to make an informed decision. So we have attached files on this thing as well. And again, what you're seeing now from that link is not the updated form. We're trying to get that wrapped up. I've got to call the developer before the end of this week and see when we can get it live.
Okay, you should be seeing the page that pops up when you click on that link, are you?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
So hi, everybody. I just realized that I could get this on my phone, but not my
There you
Word.
go.
So, duh. So good to have Trish on the call. Who else is out there with questions?
Who is designated as iPad 3? Is that someone representing an organization or a likely source of grants? And we are happy to answer your questions.
So I think that's me. It's Dave
Yes.
Aldrich.
Oh, okay, very good.
And I think what our gang is tonight, we're just listening. We think we have everything covered. We're looking forward to the online application, and we've been kind of doing all our due diligence, so we'll be on time for our submission, and we're extremely happy that it's all electronic, and that's kind of all I have to say tonight.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Dave. All right. Who else is out there? Paul, you've got your screen command there,
Yeah.
don't
Cora Long, Deb Baldwin. I think you already recognized Vi and Julie.
you? Mhm,
Dave Aldrich's better half, Trish,
mhm.
and Kay Alice. I don't know Kay Alice.
So this is Deb Baldwin, and I'm, in the same league as Dave. I'm just listening tonight. We are going to submit an application, so this is good information. So thank you.
So Lynn, do you want to talk about the opportunity that people have to get some funding from town hall to put some meat on the bones of their application?
Yes, that is an important element of this application. We have a small kitty that can be used for cost estimating and project scope definition, if that's necessary for these applications. It's a matter of reaching out to Tony Barletta and making a request. It would be nice to know the approximate amount of money that is being requested. And this is, as I said, it's really for scope definition and cost estimating.
Yeah, for the layman in the crowd, you might feel a little sheepish about asking a contractor to spend a couple of hours writing up an estimate and not being reimbursed for it. So that's primarily, I think, what it is for professionals who you feel as a potential client, you'd like to have access to their time without their feeling that they're being taken advantage of.
Let me see, Julie, you oftentimes are joining us in your capacity as a member of FinCom. but you are also a frequent applicant, and we're wondering if we might be hearing from the Nahant Historical Society this year.
I have a feeling you will be hearing from the Nahant Historical Society for the second half of the original grant for their preservation of the school logs that we've done. The first part is currently being done at NEDCC, and we'd like to get the second part, get that mold out of the way.
Yeah.
So you'll probably be hearing from us.
Okay, very good. Good to know. And Vi, are you here as a representative of SWIM, or simply, the interested public?
Hi.
Right.
No, not interested from swim, but interested from the point of view of Lodge Park Management Plan and Bailey's Hill's future management plans, etc.,
Mhm.
along with Trish.
Mhm.
Right.
So do you have some ideas that you want to share with us? Or, I mean, I have to say, it was very nice to be part of the forum for Lodge Park. I guess it was last week or the week before. Very
And
nice.
that went so well. Yeah, we were very pleased how when Bill made a great presentation. And sorry, I'm just shifting my screen around here. Yeah, so yeah, we've got the management plan. It's now, I guess you could say it's been accepted by the town because we had the public forum, which Tony really wanted to have, and it was great, well received with our two of our three selectmen there, and Tony and Zach and everybody. So now we need to move forward. Maybe Trish could speak to this a bit, please. You need to turn on your mic.
Trish, you're mute. Now you're with us.
So we
Appreciate
do plan to sort of follow up and take action based on the conversations we had at the community forum for the Lodge Park Management Plan. Follow up on implementing some of those recommendations. I think the total budget is $70,000 or so. So we need to figure out our priorities and what we would request this time, because it would just be part of that, of the high priority and immediate priorities. So safety, probably visitor experience, native plants, and eliminating invasive plants and promoting native plants. So we're going to sort of noodle more on that and come up with a grant proposal and the budget to go along with that.
I'd like to add that the 70,000 sounds like a stunning amount, but a very large part of that is not native plants and planting. I would say it's like benches and things were really expensive, some of these hardware. Right, Trish?
Those are one-time costs that are projected over the next, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, it would be a long-term, year after year. Actually, we had a question for you of this committee. So, single applications or applications saying it's going to take, say, 3 years or 2 years or 4 years. How does that work?
We have a capacity for that. I mean, we show a table where you can actually predict what you're going to be doing in the future, but each application will be for that calendar year.
I see. And then we also have Bailey's Hill. So
Yep.
We have a pending management plan that we'd like to get started there. And then action for Bailey's Hill. So we've done a lot of work on that too. I've been just sort of working alongside Trish and Nancy.
So would this application, sorry to interrupt, but would this application be from the town of Nahant? Is the owner of the property in partnership with SWIM and Open Space, or who's the applicant?
Probably, that's what we did last time. It was a co-application from Nahant SWIM and the town. So probably we would do that again. Of course, it does further the open space management plan that's in effect now. So,
which is so fantastic that you've been able to accomplish that open space group. Really fantastic.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you.
big undertaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very big undertaking. And during the time of COVID, gosh.
Well, it's outside, right?
Yeah.
Right, it's open space.
Well, okay, it's really always good to actually hear about projects that start with some kind of planning effort, that kind of initiative that looks at the whole picture and then sort of lays things out in terms of prioritized plans.
Mhm.
That makes a lot of sense. So thank you for your initiative there.
Thank you.
Who else have we got hanging on the line apart from me?
We have Cora Long and Kay Alice, who we haven't heard from.
Okay. Cora, Kay, anything you wanted to bring forward?
Hi, this is Carrie Alice Collins, 22 Breezdale Terrace. I'm just listening because I'm an artist and I just wanted to see how maybe grants would pertain to the arts or like beautification of buildings or my sister and I did the painted barrels for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I just don't know if that's something that is something you guys think about doing or if it's a different grant system. That's it.
Well, I can say that you could apply to the Cultural Council.
Yeah.
before October 17th. That would be a grant path for you.
Okay. Just curious and always like to check out the Zoom meetings.
Lynn, can you think of any way to fit that in our rubric?
Well, how about this? How about a design competition, a competition for the design of the CPA recognition signs?
Oh.
We
Okay.
have long decided, talked about doing something that would be both a sign that would be, there's two ways of thinking about this. A sign that would be up during the project itself, while it's under construction, and another might be a permanent marker. For instance, one of the programs I work with is the city of Boston that has a temporary sign, and then they've just issued a series of small bronze plaques that would sort of be a permanent recognition of CPA involvement. I think it would be a wonderful opportunity to come up with an artistic expression for both of those types of signs.
That's a great
The
idea.
permanent as well as the temporary.
That's a great idea.
So that's one idea. But if I think of more, I'll sing out.
Well, I also think that it's important to say that the artistic piece, all of the grants have to fit within the categories of community preservation. And so it's not art per se, but art within those categories that affects any of the projects or even its own project, as Lynn was just pointing out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm anticipating that we might fund that directly from our administrative funds. Lynn, is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it wouldn't necessarily be a traditional CPC grant, but maybe we should think about publicizing that so that everybody knows and anybody who's interested could respond directly to us. Does that make sense?
It does. I think that the committee should sort of think about this a
Yeah.
little bit more. I
Yeah.
think it's not part of the grant round, as you just suggested,
Yeah.
but I was thinking about a way of involving artists and, some expression here that would be unique to Nahant. There's a lot of sort of, nice signs that I see in the course of my travels, but they're pretty pedestrian.
Mhm.
So anyway, it's a nice challenge. But Ellen is absolutely right to remind us that we have to be, observant to the categories by the state law that funds this. What else have we got out there? Anyone else? Well, I, for one, have just sent to my IT administrator 3 emails saying, I don't know what's going on with my firm's email because I was on Zooms earlier today, but I do apologize for the delay in getting this started. But I think, I think we've heard from some possible applicants. I gather that Tony's not on the call.
Nothing identifiable, no.
Yeah. So oftentimes we hear about possible applications from town hall. I guess we'll give him another opportunity to join us. But in the meantime, I think that the onus is on getting this electronic application finalized with town hall. I want to thank Ellen and Nancy Catalmo for reworking things, and Ellen for her genius electronics, as well as you, Paul, as our ever loyal clerk who makes sure the meeting notices get posted. I just wish I was better at getting into the meeting, but I'll find out whatever my problem is. So, but unless we have further discussion, I think this session may be nearing its end.
Yeah, we just hope to have that application up ASAP. We are working with the developer on it now. So just, stay tuned on that link. I can't give you an estimate on when it will be done because I need to connect with her, but it didn't seem like it was going to be too taxing for her.
Okay, so when people see it on the front page of the town website, they'll know that the developers have
It'll also,
finished.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
All
that
right.
sounds good. Do that.
Ellen and Lynn, would you be comfortable if other people making applications who have problems to point out, if they directed email to Ellen, if it's something that she needs to get directly in touch with the developers about fixing?
I would be grateful if Ellen would take that challenge.
I'd be happy to. I'm just going to end up being a go-between between applicants and the developer town hall. But that's fine. I can play that role. I just, I don't want to give the false impression that I will be able to fix things myself because I don't have access to that on their site.
Right.
But I'd be happy to play the role and connect people and get their concerns addressed.
That would be great, Ellen. Thank you. All right, so I think one way of doing this is to ask Tony and Kristen to make a note on the website.
Right.
When it's complete, when the form is complete, I'll do that.
Yeah, if you could do that.
I didn't ask them to do it yet, but as soon as it's live, I will ask them to put on the homepage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, very good. Anything else? All right, stunned silence. I think I might have, while this is not a formal sort of committee meeting, it's a public session, I think we may actually just entertain, it's time to say goodbye.
Thank you for all your hard work. Much
Oh.
appreciated.
Okay, very good.
Good
to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All
Thank
very
you.
exciting.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Happy holidays.
You too.